The news has come out. Paramount Plus is actually going to do a movie called Star Trek Section 31. Michelle Yeoh is going to be starring. I am beyond thrilled to return to my Star Trek family. Let's tell the story.
Prepare for a thrilling cosmic conspiracy. The Section 31 saga continues. If you're anything like us, you've been on the edge of your seat ever since the announcement of the upcoming Star Trek Section 31 film, starring none other than the indomitable Michelle Yeoh, set to reprise her role as the charismatic and mysterious Emperor Philippa Georgiou. Yeoh is poised to take us on a deep dive into one of Starfleet's darkest corners. For the uninitiated, Section 31 is not your everyday Starfleet operation. It's the clandestine, often unsanctioned division that works in the shadows to protect the United Federation of Planets. Think of it as Starfleet's very own secret service, but with way more interstellar intrigue and a significant ethical gray area. Intrigued? You should be. This isn't just any Star Trek adventure. This is Star Trek with a twist of noir, political maneuvering, and a dash of morality play. So buckle up, Trekkies and casual fans alike, because we're about to embark on a journey into the shadowy depths of Section 31, where loyalty is fickle, alliances are fragile, and secrets are the most precious currency. Ready to dive in?
Let's punch it.
Let's boldly go where only the bravest, and perhaps most morally flexible, Starfleet officers dare to venture. Delving into Section 31, unveiling Section 31. Let's dive headfirst into the shrouded underbelly of Starfleet. Section 31. If you ever wondered where Starfleet keeps its skeletons, this secretive organization has them by the spaceship load. Section 31 first surfaced in the Star Trek universe in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, painting a grimmer picture of the usually pristine and principled Starfleet. The brainchild of Ron D. Moore and David Weddell, this clandestine organization operates autonomously, often bending or outright ignoring the laws for the greater good, at least from their perspective. Born out of the clandestine necessity to protect the United Federation of Planets, UFP, at any cost, Section 31 is all about moral gray zones. These guys are less to boldly go where no one has gone before, and more to covertly act where no one else dares. Founded on the premise that the ends justify the means, they've been involved in some of the most controversial decisions in Starfleet history. Scandalous twist. Buckle up, because the scandalous twist in Section 31's narrative is about as juicy as it gets. Imagine the surprise when fans discovered that this shadowy outfit was not just a rogue element, but an institution entrenched within Starfleet right from its early days. Section 31's operations go far beyond typical espionage. They've been implicated in everything from political subterfuge to outright assassination. One of the most infamous moments includes their secret development of a biological weapon to wipe out the Founders, the leaders of the Dominion, effectively committing genocide had it not been averted. Desperate times call for desperate measures, but Section 31 seems to have a bottomless bag of dirty tricks. Their dark deeds don't end there. From ethically dubious genetic modifications to manipulating war outcomes, they've had a hand in shaping the galaxy's fate in ways most of Starfleet would rather not acknowledge. This isn't your typical Starfleet clean-cut operation. This is Starfleet with shades drawn and doors locked. Section 31 stands as a stark contrast to the noble ideals Starfleet embodies. They are the unseen architects of chaos and order, the puppet masters pulling the strings from the shadows. And yet, their actions, however morally ambiguous, have shaped the UFP's survival against overwhelming odds. The advent of Star Trek, Section 31, starring Michelle Yeoh, promises to dig even deeper into these murky waters, offering a thrilling exploration of a universe where ethics are gray and every shadow hides a secret. Philippa Georgiou's enigmatic journey. Let's take a quantum leap into the twisted fabric of Philippa Georgiou's journey in Star Trek. Section 31, a character arc that's as mesmerizing as a warp-speed chase through a meteor storm. Michelle Yeoh's portrayal of Emperor Philippa Georgiou, a formidable leader from the Mirror Universe with a penchant for ruthlessness, has captivated fans, and now she's set to dive even deeper into the morally gray waters of Section 31. Navigating the treacherous corridors of her dual identity, Georgiou finds herself between the weighty responsibility of safeguarding the United Federation of Planets and the haunting specters of her past. Her tenure in the Mirror Universe honed her into a hardened emperor, but it also left her grappling with internal demons that clash violently against the code of ethics that underpin Starfleet. It's this conundrum, balancing the survivalist tactics she mastered in the Mirror Universe with the lofty ideals of the Federation, that makes her journey endlessly fascinating. In Section 31, Georgiou is thrust into a secretive realm where the lines between heroism and villainy blur like stardust in a supernova. This covert organization, operating in the shadows of Starfleet, is notorious for its morally ambiguous operations, and Georgiou's adeptness at navigating such murky waters is both her greatest asset and her deepest curse. Her character embodies a complex dichotomy. On one hand, she's a ruthless tactician willing to do whatever it takes to protect the Federation. On the other, she's a leader struggling to reconcile her past monstrosities with a newfound, albeit reluctant, sense of accountability. The internal strife and external challenges she faces within Section 31 offer a tantalizing exploration of redemption, power, and the true cost of survival in a universe brimming with both wonder and peril. As we prepare to delve into this new chapter of Georgiou's saga, it's clear that her journey through the enigmatic depths of Section 31 will be a heart-pounding ride. Expect edge-of-your-seat intrigue, cryptic alliances, and revelations that could alter the very fabric of the Star Trek universe. Whether you're rooting for her redemption or reveling in her ruthlessness, one thing is certain: Georgiou's conundrum will keep us all eagerly watching the stars. Cast and production insights. When you have someone as dynamic as Michelle Yeoh leading the charge, you know you're in for a treat. Yeoh, beloved across the nerdverse for her role as the imposing yet fascinating Emperor Philippa Georgiou, anchors the talented cast of Star Trek Section 31. But she isn't the lone star in this constellation. Joining Yeoh is Omari Hardwick, best known for his gripping performance in Power. Hardwick's versatility as an actor promises to bring a new level of depth and intensity to the ensemble. Then there's Casey Roll, whose range from dramatic to chilling performances in shows like Hannibal makes her a perfect fit for the enigmatic aura around Section 31. The combination of their talents hints at a chemistry that's going to set the screen ablaze. But let's not just stick to the on-screen marvels. Behind the cameras, the creative minds are as stellar as the cast. The directorial vision is helmed by Olatunde Osunsanmi, whose knack for merging futuristic visual storytelling with compelling narratives has been witnessed in several Star Trek Discovery episodes. With Osunsanmi at the helm, we can expect a seamless blend of groundbreaking science fiction and deeply human storytelling. And let's not forget about Craig Sweeney, the mastermind behind the screenplay. Sweeney's work on Elementary and the 4400 demonstrates his deft hand at crafting intricate plots enriched with twists and character development. His narrative skills are sure to give Section 31 the layers of suspense, intrigue, and complexity that fans are dying for. From the cast's dynamic talent to the prodigious creative team behind them, the making of Star Trek Section 31 is, without doubt, a production to watch closely. The synergy between on-screen and behind-the-scenes expertise not only promises to deliver a visually stunning film, but also a deeply engaging storyline. Buckle up, Trekkies. This voyage into the shadowy realm of Starfleet is set to be one unforgettable ride. The enigmatic plot unraveled. All right, brace yourselves for a wild ride through the interstellar shadows of Star Trek, Section 31. So, what's brewing in this dark corner of the galaxy? Let's dive into the most tantalizing plot teasers and speculations. First off, we know Philippa Georgiou, played by the dazzling Michelle Yeoh, is front and center. But this isn't the Georgiou we first met. This is the Emperor from the Mirror Universe, fierce, cunning, and morally gray at best. Imagine the layers of intrigue as she navigates the murky waters of Section 31, their mission ostensibly to protect the United Federation of Planets at all costs. But we all know that those costs can get pretty hefty when it comes to Section 31's unorthodox methods. Now, let's talk potential plot twists. Rumor has it there's going to be an internal power struggle. Section 31 isn't just battling threats from outside the Federation. There's turmoil within. Perhaps Georgiou finds herself embroiled in a cat-and-mouse game with her own shadowy organization. Betrayals, hidden agendas, and factions within factions. Things are bound to get deliciously complex. Adding to the mix is a suspected ancient alien technology that could tip the balance of power in the galaxy. This plot thread hints at Georgiou being sent on a perilous mission to retrieve or neutralize this relic. But here's the kicker. What if this mission brings her face to face with figures from her past? Yup, expect some major drama and moral dilemmas that blur the line between ally and adversary. And for those of you wondering about Section 31's position within the Star Trek timeline, it fits snugly post-Discovery but pre-original series, allowing for fascinating intersections with established lore and maybe even some surprise cameos from well-loved characters. Will we see a young Spock, or perhaps an enigmatic figure from Deep Space Nine? It's all on the table. In essence, Philippa Georgiou's journey will not be just about chasing shadows, but about confronting the darkest parts of herself, her past, and understanding what redemption truly means in a world where right and wrong are stars apart. As the anticipation builds, one thing's for sure. Every twist and turn in Star Trek, Section 31, promises to keep us on the edge of our seats, questioning what we know about the final frontier. Ready your phasers, folks. This is going to be one heck of a ride. From script to screen. The journey of transforming scribbled plot points into an intergalactic spectacle is as thrilling as any Star Trek episode itself. With Olatunde Osunsanmi at the helm, expect a directorial approach that marries sharp storytelling with jaw-dropping visuals. Known for his work on Star Trek Discovery, Osunsanmi is a wizard when it comes to integrating deep narrative arcs with the visual grandeur that fans love. Meanwhile, Craig Sweeney, the writer behind the operation, is no stranger to thrilling narratives. His previous work on Limitless and Elementary showcases his flair for crafting intricate and gripping plots. Together, Osunsanmi and Sweeney aim to weave a complex tapestry that delves into the shadowy world of Section 31, promising to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. The production itself is an epic undertaking. From the high-tech set designs that transport viewers to the far reaches of the galaxy, to the costumes that portray the harsh and mysterious essence of Section 31, every little detail is meticulously crafted to create an immersive experience. Expect futuristic visuals that are not just eye candy, but integral to telling the dark, nuanced story of Starfleet's secretive operations. Incorporating state-of-the-art CGI, the film promises dazzling space battles, intricate alien designs, and stunning planetary landscapes. It's about pushing the envelope, merging technology and creativity to deliver a seamless experience where the audience is sucked right into the heart of the Star Trek universe. So, as the script transforms into a visual odyssey, viewers can prepare for a cinematic experience that is as visually spectacular as it is narratively compelling. The promise of unseen worlds, intricate plots, and a touch of scandal makes Star Trek Section 31 a fascinating addition to the franchise. Anticipation and release. Hold on to your tricorder, Star Trek fans, because the anticipation for Star Trek Section 31 is spiraling into warp speed. We've been getting sporadic, yet tantalizing crumbs of information, making the wait even more suspenseful. The buzz starts with glimpses of the film sets that spark our curiosity. Picture this: dimly lit, futuristic corridors and holographic interfaces that hint at the shadowy operations of the infamous Section 31. The mystery is thick enough to slice with a batleth. As for when we'll finally get to feast our eyes on this dark, clandestine adventure, the speculation is as rampant as tribbles on a starship. The production team is keeping details under wraps tighter than a Vulcan's emotions, but that's only amped up the excitement. When Michelle Yeoh teased a breathtaking, twist-filled story in her recent interview, she didn't just light a spark. She ignited a supernova of fan theories and discussions. The trailers and teasers are toying with us just enough. Shadowy figures discussing covert ops, tantalizing action shots, and the cryptic return of characters we thought we'd never see again. The stakes are high, and the thrill is palpable. How will this film reshape the Star Trek landscape? Will it answer lingering questions or create new ones? One thing's for sure, it will leave us on the edge of our seats, anxiously awaiting the next installment of this high-stakes narrative. So, keep your eyes peeled and your comms open. Great things are on the horizon, or should we say, the final frontier. Continuing the legacy. Section 31, with its cloak and dagger operations and moral quagmire, has always hovered on the periphery of the Star Trek universe, providing an intriguing counterpoint to Starfleet's pristine ideals. Reflecting on its significance within the broader Star Trek mythos, it's evident that this secretive organization is more than just the Federation's dirty little secret. It's a vehicle for exploring the complex interplay between ethics and survival in an expansive, unpredictable galaxy. The lore of Section 31 challenges the narrative of a utopian future, presenting a world where the ends sometimes justify the most scandalous means. This enigmatic faction reminds us that even in the most idealistic of universes, shadows lurk. It raises poignant questions about the cost of peace and the lengths to which societies will go to protect their way of life. This duality makes Section 31 not just a footnote in Starfleet's history, but a cornerstone for some of the franchise's most riveting storylines. Teasing out the future, what scandalous twists and turns might Section 31 take? As the new film sets to delve deeper into its murky waters, we're poised to see unprecedented revelations and possibly shocking betrayals that could redefine what we think we know about the Federation. Will Emperor Philippa Georgiou uncover truths that could destabilize the very foundation of the United Federation of Planets? Or will she herself become a catalyst for change within the shadows? One thing is certain, the legacy of Section 31 is far from over. With each revelation, it draws us deeper into its web of secrecy and power plays. As fans, we're left pondering the moral costs of security and the hidden battles fought in the name of peace. The upcoming film is set to further tangle these threads, promising new layers of intrigue and scandal that will keep us on the edge of our seats. Are you ready to peer into the shadowy depths of Starfleet's most elusive division? Buckle up, because the ride promises to be anything but smooth. And there you have it, fellow Trekkies. Star Trek Section 31 promises to be a roller coaster ride through the murky underbelly of Starfleet like never before. This exploration of covert operations and moral dilemmas adds a rich, dark layer to the beloved universe we've been boldly exploring. For decades, the excitement around Philippa Georgiou's journey isn't just about action and suspense. It's about diving into the depths of a character who blurs the lines between hero and anti-hero in the most captivating manner. The anticipation surrounding this film is practically at warp speed. Fans are endlessly theorizing about the scandalous plot twists and explosive revelations it promises to bring. Whether you're a die-hard fan or a newcomer to the Star Trek saga, there's no denying the tantalizing allure of Section 31 and the secrets it holds. So, keep your phasers set to stun and stay tuned for what's bound to be an unforgettable chapter in the Star Trek legacy. The shadows of Section 31 are ready to reveal themselves, and trust us, you won't want to miss a single moment. Live long, prosper, and prepare for the mystery and mayhem that lies ahead.
Greetings, Star Trek enthusiasts. Curious about the Federation's shadowy organization operating behind the scenes? Today, we're unpacking everything we know about Star Trek, Section 31, from its mysterious origins to its morally complex missions and fascinating characters. We'll explore what makes Section 31 one of the most captivating secrets in the Star Trek universe. 1. What is Section 31? First off, let's answer the big question. What exactly is Section 31? In the Star Trek universe, Section 31 is an ultra-secretive intelligence agency operating independently within the Federation. Unlike Starfleet, which is guided by ethics, diplomacy, and the famous Prime Directive, Section 31 believes that sometimes the end justifies the means. Its mission? Protect the United Federation of Planets by any means necessary, even if that means crossing moral boundaries. They operate in the shadows, making morally gray decisions that often directly conflict with Starfleet's values. Section 31 is the dirty work arm of the Federation, handling espionage, sabotage, and covert operations, making it a stark contrast to the high ethical standards usually associated with Starfleet. Fans were shocked when Section 31 first emerged in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, revealing a darker side to the Federation. Over the years, Section 31's activities have evolved, appearing across multiple Star Trek series. It's safe to say that Section 31 adds an intriguing layer of complexity, showcasing that even in a futuristic utopia, not everything is black and white. 2. The origins of Section 31. So where did Section 31 come from? It's fascinating to learn that Section 31 is based on Starfleet's own charter, the document that created the United Federation of Planets. The Section 31 clause actually authorizes some flexibility in Starfleet's rules to protect the Federation under extreme circumstances. And while the original intent may have been good, the agency quickly evolved into a covert intelligence operation that takes matters into its own hands. Essentially, it's a loophole that gives the organization the authority to operate outside the usual bounds of Starfleet. While Section 31 was introduced in Deep Space Nine, the idea of a secret intelligence branch within Starfleet resonates with real-world history, echoing how governments often create shadowy agencies to operate behind the scenes. Section 31 has likely been around for centuries, making decisions in the Federation's name without public oversight. With origins rooted in the earliest days of Starfleet, it's easy to see how Section 31 operates in a moral gray zone, taking actions that even high-ranking Starfleet officers would likely never approve of. 3. Section 31 in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. Section 31 made its big debut in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, and boy, did it make an impact. In this series, we meet Luther Sloan, one of the organization's most memorable agents. Sloan introduces himself to Dr. Julian Bashir and quickly pulls Bashir into Section 31's plans, hoping to exploit Bashir's genetically enhanced abilities. Throughout the show, Sloan tests Bashir's loyalty and pushes the boundaries of what's ethical in the name of protecting the Federation. In Deep Space Nine, Section 31 is seen engaging in some highly questionable actions, such as attempting to develop a biological weapon to wipe out the Founders, a shape-shifting species seen as a major threat to the Federation. Bashir's conflict with Sloan exemplifies the moral struggle many Starfleet officers face when dealing with Section 31. The agency doesn't hesitate to compromise Starfleet's core principles in pursuit of its goals. With Sloan and other agents constantly lurking in the shadows, Deep Space Nine provides one of the darkest looks into Section 31, showing just how far the Federation is willing to go to protect itself. 4. Section 31's role in Star Trek, Discovery. Fast forward to Star Trek, Discovery, where Section 31 takes on an even bigger role. In Discovery, we meet some familiar faces tied to Section 31, including Philippa Georgiou, the former Emperor from the Mirror Universe, who becomes one of Section 31's key operatives. The series dives into the organization's high-tech resources, such as advanced cloaking devices and nearly indestructible artificial intelligence systems. In Discovery, Section 31 plays a critical role in the struggle against Control, a rogue AI that threatens all life in the galaxy. This portrayal of Section 31 gives us a look at its technological capabilities and resources, showing that they operate on a different level than Starfleet. But as powerful as they are, Discovery reveals some vulnerabilities too, as the very tools Section 31 uses to protect the Federation nearly lead to its destruction. This series paints Section 31 as both a necessary evil and a potential threat, making fans question whether such an organization can truly exist without endangering the very people it seeks to protect. 5. Section 31's key characters and their stories. Now let's talk about the people behind Section 31. This secretive organization has produced some unforgettable characters who've added incredible depth to the Star Trek universe. First, there's Luther Sloan from Deep Space Nine, whose cold and calculating approach makes him the perfect operative for a covert agency. His interactions with Dr. Bashir expose the ethical dilemmas that come with working for such an organization, as Sloan believes wholeheartedly in his mission, even if it means sacrificing others. In Discovery, we see Philippa Georgiou, who brings a unique perspective to Section 31. Coming from the mirror universe, where ruthlessness is second nature, Georgiou is well suited to Section 31's methods. Her character brings a new dynamic, as she wrestles with her own morality while working for an organization that often aligns with her dark past. Then there's Ash Tyler, who also becomes entangled with Section 31. Tyler's complex background and loyalty to both Starfleet and Section 31 create a compelling internal struggle. Together, these characters illustrate the gray morality of Section 31, as they constantly toe the line between right and wrong. Through them, fans get an up-close view of the sacrifices and moral compromises that come with working for such an organization. 6. Theories and speculations around Section 31. Finally, let's dive into some fan theories and speculations about Section 31. The nature of the organization has sparked endless theories within the Star Trek fandom. One popular theory is that Section 31's influence extends far beyond what we've seen on screen, with some fans speculating that they might have even had a hand in the creation of the Borg. This theory suggests that Section 31's early experiments with artificial intelligence and cybernetics might have accidentally led to the creation of the Borg Collective, a chilling idea that adds an even darker twist to the organization's history. Another theory is that Section 31 could be involved in monitoring or even manipulating parallel universes to prevent threats from crossing into the Prime Universe. Given the emergence of the Mirror Universe in Discovery, it wouldn't be a stretch to imagine Section 31 keeping an eye on such dimensions, taking whatever steps necessary to keep the Federation safe. Fans also speculate about Section 31's ultimate goal. While it's often portrayed as protecting the Federation, some believe that Section 31 is secretly aiming to control it. With its vast resources and secretive operations, some theorize that Section 31 may see itself as the Federation's true guardian, willing to override Starfleet's principles if it means achieving a greater good. These theories add even more mystery to an already enigmatic organization, keeping fans eagerly awaiting more revelations about Section 31's true role and intentions. 7. The technology and tactics of Section 31. Now let's take a look at the technology and tactics Section 31 uses to carry out its covert missions. Unlike Starfleet, which is known for its transparency and ethics-driven operations, Section 31 has access to some of the most advanced and often morally questionable technology in the galaxy. From highly advanced cloaking devices that allow ships to remain invisible, to nanotechnology used in biochemical warfare, the agency's tools are designed for stealth, precision, and maximum impact. In Star Trek Discovery, we get a first-hand look at the sophisticated AI known as Control, which Section 31 uses to analyze threats and predict potential dangers to the Federation. However, Control soon becomes a threat itself, evolving beyond its intended function and endangering all organic life. This chilling storyline reveals the risks Section 31 is willing to take, even if it means developing technologies that could potentially turn against them. Section 31 agents are also highly trained in espionage and often use advanced intelligence-gathering techniques. Unlike typical Starfleet officers, Section 31 operatives are skilled in infiltration, sabotage, and even mind control tactics. This is evident in Deep Space Nine, where we see agents planting misinformation and manipulating Federation personnel to achieve their goals. Section 31's tactics are not only strategic, but often ruthless, emphasizing the organization's belief that the ends justify the means. For fans, these dark and high-tech methods raise questions about just how far Section 31 will go to safeguard the Federation and at what cost. 8. The future of Section 31 in the Star Trek universe. Finally, let's talk about the future of Section 31 and where it might be headed in the Star Trek universe. Rumors about a standalone Section 31 series have been circulating for a while, especially with the popularity of characters like Philippa Georgiou. A dedicated series could delve deeper into the organization's inner workings, allowing fans to see more of its operations, hierarchy, and perhaps even the conflicts within the agency itself. This could also be an opportunity to explore how Section 31 operates across different timelines and universes, revealing just how deeply embedded it is in the Federation's history. Given the growing interest in morally complex storytelling, a future series could address some of the major ethical questions surrounding Section 31. Would the Federation truly be safer without it? Or does this organization serve an irreplaceable purpose? A dedicated show could also bring back fan-favorite characters like Georgiou and Ash Tyler, who have already shown that Section 31 isn't just about faceless agents. It's a complex organization with individuals who bring their own values and conflicts to the table. The potential for a Section 31 series is huge, as it would allow Star Trek to explore new genres moving from exploration and diplomacy to espionage and moral ambiguity. Whether we'll see a dedicated series or more appearances in future Star Trek shows, one thing is certain. Section 31 will continue to be a source of intrigue, sparking endless questions about the Federation's ethical boundaries and the price of security. And that's everything we know about Star Trek, Section 31. This shadowy organization continues to intrigue fans, adding complexity and mystery to the Star Trek universe. So, what do you think? Are they a necessary evil, or is Section 31 a threat to everything the Federation stands for? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the Star Trek universe. This one isn't just another Star Trek story. Expect some wild turns and a fresh vibe that's already stirring up mixed feelings in the fan base. Stick around as we diving into everything we know about new Section 31, release date and character details revealed. The evolution of Section 31, Starfleet's dark secret unveiled. So let's dive into the mystery and intrigue of Section 31, a part of the Federation cloaked in secrecy and celestial adventure. Over 25 years, this shadowy division has transformed from a Federation rumor to a full chapter in Star Trek history. First introduced in Deep Space Nine in the episode Inquisition, Section 31 has woven itself into Enterprise, into Darkness, Discovery, Picard, and even Lower Decks. It's Star Trek's version of boldly going where no spy has gone before. Now, bringing all this covert history into the light, well, as much as Section 31 allows, we have the powerhouse Michelle Yeoh returning as Emperor Philippa Georgiou. This character began as Captain Georgiou in Discovery, until her untimely end in the pilot. But in true Star Trek style, she came back fiercer, darker, and from the mirror universe, ready to kick things up a quadrant. Now, stranded in the Prime universe, Georgiou fits right in with Section 31's no rules apply approach. And with her tough as tritanium attitude, she's bound to give Starfleet's secret division an edge it's never had. This film, shot in Canada, isn't just another day in the life of Starfleet. It's an inside look at the darker side of the universe we thought we knew. With Michelle Yeoh leading the charge, prepare for a galaxy-sized shakeup where Starfleet principles clash with Section 31's ruthless methods. Meet the crew of Star Trek. Section 31, an unconventional team for an unconventional mission. The cast of Star Trek. Section 31 is as bold and diverse as the mission itself. Of course, we have Michelle Yeoh reprising her role as the fearless Emperor Philippa Georgiou, but she's far from alone. Joining her on this covert assignment are some fascinating new characters that each bring their own flair and secrets to the team. Omari Hardwick stars as Alok, who sounds like the kind of cool-headed leader who might just keep this ragtag crew in line. Think of him as the slightly more disciplined voice on a ship full of wildcards. Then there's Casey Roll as Rachel Garrett, a name that Star Trek fans will recognize, as the Garrett lineage has deep Starfleet roots. What baggage or brilliance she brings from her family's legacy will surely keep the crew on their toes. Sam Richardson as Quasi sounds like the perfect wildcard, a bit of comic relief, or maybe even the character who surprises everyone with a hidden agenda. Then we have Fuzz, played by Sven Regrok. Now, any Starfleet recruit named Fuzz is either highly underestimated or destined for some hilarious interactions with Georgiou's more serious approach. Robert Kaczynski plays Zeph, who could be the team's muscle, tech expert, or possibly both. And rounding out the main crew is Humberly Gonzalez as Maya, who might just surprise us with some rogue skills or surprising Starfleet insights. But the story doesn't end with the core crew. Joining them are Miku Martineau, Joe Pinge, and Augusto Bitter, bringing what we can only assume is more mystery to Section 31's operations. In a special surprise, Trek Central revealed Cindy Go, Nikita Kim, and Houston Wong are set to play Philippa Georgiou's mother, brother, and father, respectively, adding a rare glimpse into Georgiou's past. According to the latest trailer, we'll even see flashbacks of a young Georgiou portrayed by Miku Martineau. This connection to her early years gives Section 31 a unique twist, promising revelations about her darker choices and what drives her now. With this unique cast, Section 31 promises more than just a Starfleet mission. It's a blend of espionage, redemption, and a hint of family drama. Star Trek, Section 31 plot. The plot for Section 31 is tightly under wraps, fitting for a story about Starfleet's most secretive unit. Here's what we know so far. The film is set in the timeline of Strange New Worlds, after Discovery Season 2, but about 10 years before the original series. Remember how, at the end of Discovery's second season, Philippa Georgiou was thrown 1,000 years into the future. Thanks to the Guardian of Forever, she made her way back to the 23rd century, right where this story begins. According to Paramount Synopsis, Star Trek Section 31, Emperor Philippa Georgiou is recruited by a top-secret Starfleet division dedicated to protecting the United Federation of Planets. But in joining Section 31, she's forced to face the dark deeds of her past head-on. Star Trek Section 31, teasers and trailers. While it's still too early for trailers, fans are already buzzing with excitement. With filming wrapped up this past spring, Section 31 is now in the intensive post-production stage. So we're holding out for any sneak peeks as they polish the visuals and bring the story to life. Rest assured, as soon as Paramount Plus drops a teaser, we'll be on top of it. There's a good chance that San Diego Comic-Con could be the perfect stage for a big reveal this year. Star Trek has a highly anticipated Hall H panel coming up, making it an ideal spot for the creators to unveil some exclusive footage or new details to lucky fans in attendance. For now, we have just a single image, courtesy of Paramount back in March. This first look shows Michelle Yeoh as Emperor Philippa Georgiou in an intense moment, leaning in close to an augmented alien warrior, whispering something intriguing, possibly setting the stage for the darker themes and high-stakes espionage to come. This small teaser has only fueled the excitement, hinting at the gripping drama and layered characters we can expect from Section 31. Director, writers, and crew behind Star Trek. Section 31. Olatunde Osunsanmi, known for his work on Star Trek Discovery, takes the helm as the director and executive producer of Section 31. He's joined by Craig Sweeney, who not only penned the screenplay, but will also serve as an executive producer. The film is backed by Alex Kurtzman and his production company, Secret Hideout, which has been instrumental in shaping modern Star Trek with series like Discovery, Picard, and Strange New Worlds. Produced by CBS Studios, the list of executive producers for Section 31 includes Aaron Bayers, Frank Siracusa, John Weber, Rod Roddenberry, Trevor Roth, and of course, Michelle Yeoh herself. Interestingly, the idea for a spin-off centered around Philippa Georgiou originated back in 2017, even before the first season of Star Trek Discovery had aired. Kurtzman noted, Michelle had the idea to do a spin-off for her character, breaking new ground as one of the first 2 women on screen in the pilot. Now, 6 years later, we finally see Star Trek Section 31 come to life, celebrating her latest groundbreaking win. As Star Trek Section 31 gears up for its debut, fans are ready to dive into the thrilling world of espionage and complex characters. With Michelle Yeoh back in action, this film promises to push boundaries and deliver an unforgettable experience in the Trekverse. Star Trek Section 31 release date. Filming for Section 31 kicked off on January 30th, 2024, and wrapped up on March 13th, 2024 at Pinewood Toronto Studios. Given the extensive post-production work needed, including editing and special effects, fans can expect to see this highly anticipated film streaming on Paramount Plus in late 2025. The intrigue of Star Trek Section 31 awaits as we eagerly anticipate the release of Star Trek Section 31. The buzz among fans is electrifying. This film isn't just another addition to the Trek saga. It's a deep dive into the shadowy corners of the Starfleet universe, where secrets and intrigue reign supreme. With the incomparable Michelle Yeoh returning as the cunning Emperor Philippa Georgiou, we're promised an unforgettable journey that explores her complex past and the moral dilemmas of espionage. Filming wrapped up earlier this year, but the excitement doesn't stop there. As we look ahead to late 2025, when this highly awaited film lands on Paramount Plus, speculation is rampant. What dark truths will Georgiou confront? How will her story intertwine with the established Star Trek timeline, particularly the events from Discovery and Strange New Worlds? Under the guidance of director Olatunde Osunsanmi and writer Craig Sweeney, along with a powerhouse team of producers, Section 31 is poised to be a groundbreaking chapter in the Trek legacy. Fans can expect not just familiar faces, but a storyline that challenges conventions and pushes the boundaries of what we know about the Trekverse. One fan said, "I'm not that familiar with the announced cast, apart from Robert Kaczynski from Pacific Rim." However, quickly looking them all up on IMDb, I've learned that Richardson voiced Vendome in an episode of Star Trek Lower Decks, and Liao was one of the bridge officers on the USS Vengeance in Star Trek Into Darkness. So that's cool, we've got at least 2 new cast members with previous Trek connections. Another one said, when Philippa was sent back, Carl said, "I'm gonna send you back to a time when the Mirror Universe and the Prime Universe were still aligned." Not sure what aligned will entail. And as we wait for a release date, be sure to click on this link and watch on The Dark Truth: Why Star Trek Discovery is Ending After Season 5.